Well, hello, and welcome to Caring for the Ministry Leader's Soul from Moody Bible Distance Learning. This is your fearless leader, Professor Jefferson M. Williams, coming to you from the remote location of Little Chenoa, Illinois. I am going to complain about the weather this day, okay? It's May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and it's like 45 degrees and raining. Come on! Some of you are like, it's 70s and 80s, and you guys are excited, and I can't see a thing. I need to clean my glasses. I'm sorry, this is my ADHD thing going, so... Oh, now I can see you. Okay, so I'm not going to... Okay, that's enough about the weather. Hey, listen, I have been, the last 2 days, I've been grading your papers. And I want to tell you that Bucky and I have enjoyed them tremendously. In fact, a couple of papers, I've been teaching this class 3 years, and we had a couple of subjects that we've never had before. One was Patrick, St. Patrick of Ireland. And we had never had a paper written on him before, and I didn't really know that much about him. So that was fascinating to me. So I'm a geek, so I like this stuff. And I've read a whole lot about Spurgeon. I've read a lot about Bonhoeffer. I've read a lot. So some of these papers that you write, I'm already in the know. But when I've come across somebody I don't know very well, I get to learn. And I'm a geek like that. I like that. So thank you for your papers. I am going to continue to read them. And remember, I read every word out loud to Bucky. And so it takes a while. So we'll get them done, I promise. But guess what? 8 weeks ago, I said, snap your fingers. We'll be at week 8. We're at week 8. We're at the end. We're done. We're not done. We're not done. Hear me on that. What you're going to do is you're going to do a half-day retreat, 4 hours. And you were going to go somewhere. And I know in this quarantine situation, I don't know where you're going to go. Maybe you can go not in Illinois. We can't go anywhere. But maybe in your place, you can go somewhere. But what you're going to do is you're going to write a 4-page paper about what you did, where you went. You're going to read The Weight of Glory by C.S. Lewis. And then you can do whatever you want to for those 4 hours. Just spend them with God. And just tell me, hey, what worked, what didn't? Here's a good thing for me. To do a retreat in a coffee shop would be absurd. I am so ADHD that I would be distracted by everyone and everything. But I love to go hiking. And one of the things that I figured out is instead of just sitting somewhere, I pray better walking. So when I'm walking, when I'm hiking, that helps me. That's kind of what helps me. So read The Weight of Glory, go out and just spend some time with God, and then write a 4-page double-spaced paper just telling me how it went. You're going to be reading Peterson, the rest of Peterson's book, and you're going to be reading The Weight of Glory. And then you're going to do your discussion board. And the discussion board is how are you going to change the way that you do ministry? How are you going to incorporate Sabbaths and retreats? Now, let me tell you a quick story. About 6 months before I completely burned out of ministry, this would be 2014, I had a guy actually email me kind of out of the blue and asked to meet me. I had actually asked for some information on sabbaticals and retreats, but this guy said, hey, I want to meet with you. So we went to a restaurant for breakfast and we met, and he looked at me and he heard my whole story and he said, listen to me. If you don't take time for yourself, if you don't take a retreat, if you don't take a sabbatical, if you don't take something, in 6 months you won't be in ministry anymore. I promise you this. And I looked at him and I said, I don't have time. I don't. The senior pastor had left. I was preaching. I was leading youth ministry. I was trying to hold the children's team together. I was juggling flaming poodles. I was doing, I didn't have time. And he said, you don't have time not to. 6 months later, he was right. I was sitting in my pool crying, uncontrollably crying, couldn't stop. I just burned out. Nothing immoral, nothing illegal, nothing unethical. I just got so tired. I couldn't do it anymore. And so I spent 5 years away from ministry, and now I'm back in ministry. And I told the search committee here, I'll never do that again. I take my Sabbaths. I'll take, I want some time off from time to time, and I'm not going to apologize for it or feel guilty for it. So you're going to be writing in your discussion board, what plans do you have to implement things like that? What are you doing right now? Are you doing it? Are you taking a Sabbath? Are you taking retreats? Are you taking sabbaticals? I know that at the end of my time at my old church, several people, a group of people went to the elders and said, listen, give Jeff a sabbatical. He's been here 13 years. He deserves it. He needs it. It'll make him last here. And the elders said, we love Jeff, but sabbaticals are only for senior pastors. So, if I ever have an opportunity to provide a sabbatical for someone, no matter who they are, I'm going to. All right, so that's it. This is week 8. We're done. May 11th, next Monday night at midnight, the class ends. Listen to me carefully. The class ends at midnight. I do not accept any assignments after midnight. Not 12:01, not 12:08, not 1:22, not the next day. If you turn it in late, it doesn't count. I will not grade it. Get all your assignments in by midnight next Monday. The class ends. I have to do that because I have so many papers to grade. I have other classes as well, and I have to do that. So, all right, if you have any questions, comments, or prayer requests, please let me know. If not, let's do week 8 together. Let's finish strong.